Now, as he walked in the shadow of Pale Peak, Onwé realized the dreams had returned. Fragments of a nightmare came to him over the duration of his hike, and as he passed through forest and field, he tried to assemble the pieces. He remembered a boy and a copse of trees, and something moving in the distance. A storm, however, washed the color out of the world, and all of it blurred together in the fraying of memory. Just like in his dream, today was dark and wet. The mountain's icy breath seeped through the pines all around Onwé, nipping at his ears and jangling the various charms affixed to his old hiking staff. It was late autumn now, and though the first snows were still weeks away, a month of rain had pummeled the land to a soggy pulp. The season had been unusually wet, and each squall seemed to portend the bitter winter to come. Up ahead trotted Numi, a precocious husky mix who loved the outdoors even more than her owner did. She sniffed every rock and flower and ran circles around the trees in fruitless attempts at catching the chicories that scrabbled over their branches. Throughout the 8 years of her life, she and Onwé had explored almost all of the mountain and its foothills, except the western face, whose terrain was treacherous and shrouded in dark woods. Today's journey would take them to Ash Hill, which rose above that eerie forest and offered a view of the distant mountains beyond it. It was a place for days that demanded a particular solitude. There, Onwé could escape his troubles, at least for a little while. Normally, the hike to get there was about an hour, but today it had taken more than 2. Onwé hardly paid attention to the trail as he wandered. Instead, he focused on the dream until its pieces came together and a little story played out. The boy tugged Onwé's arm with one hand and gestured at a nearby tree with the other. Something dangled in it, twisting in a hateful wind. The boy had dread in his expression, but it wasn't clear if it was the swaying object upsetting him or the structure in the distance behind it. "Lonan!" the boy called out. "Father,"